We are at 6:05, so it's time to get started with our meeting and the agenda for today. I see some guests have joined us today. Welcome, Asher, Karthik. Believe you are here for the first time. Let's get started with today's meeting. Welcome, everyone. This is San Jose AI Simplifiers Toastmasters Club. Here we practice public speaking, leadership skills, and this club is centered around AI. We are simplifying AI, or at least trying to simplify AI for everyone with our knowledge and the learnings that we have. So, with that, it's time to get started and to kick off the meeting with the theme and an introduction. Help me welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Vamsi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitish. And coming to today's agenda, hi everyone. First, we will go into the prepared speeches, and then we'll go into these table topics. I didn't say that, but yeah, I will go into the evaluations. I feel like going to the next segment is news flash. Then general evaluator today Jay is not available, and then you will go into the quiz master Nitish and table topics, and yeah, that is the agenda for today's meeting. And first, we will go into the prepared speeches.
Vamsi, yes, sorry to interrupt. Today, Jay is not available, so Manini is going to be the general evaluator.
Oh, okay. I was seeing actually. Okay. Manini, are you there?
Okay.
She dropped off, I think. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay. In that case, Koshi, do we have a backup or?
Well, Manini was supposed to be the general evaluator. If she's not there, some of us can step in, but we still need two evaluators for our two speeches, and I can evaluate Aiswarya's speech. Pooja,
Okay.
somebody has to evaluate, and I can step in as a general evaluator. If she comes back, I'll hand it over to Manini. But anyway,
Okay.
as a
Okay.
problem, I can be the general evaluator.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Thank you, Koshi.
But we need other tag functionaries like timer and counter and grammarian. Thank you.
Yeah, I will take the timer. Okay. Probably. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Back to you, Toastmaster Koshi.
Okay. So as a general evaluator, we have Vamshi as a timer, and who else is there? I mean, is Nitish stepping in as the R counter and grammarian or quizmaster? I mean, we need a quizmaster.
I am a quiz master. However, I can also be the evaluator for the second speech.
Okay, evaluator for the second speech. Great. Okay. So we are going to go without an R counter and grammarian today. But Jim, do you want to step in as the R counter / grammarian?
I could do that. I'm the table topics master, but those are roles I think I can do together.
If you can, it would be great. Okay.
Sure.
So yeah. Okay.
Do I need to pick a word quickly, or does anybody want to throw a word of the day out there?
Pardon?
Anybody want to throw a possible word of the day out there?
The word of the day. Okay. I don't have one. Okay. We don't have a word of the day.
Okay, I will post that. Word of the day is inspire.
Make one, Bumsy.
Word of the day is inspire. Okay. Yeah. I posted that word of the day is inspire. Okay.
And let me.
That works. Do you want me to introduce those roles quickly, or?
Yeah. So, could Vamshi tell us what you're going to do as a timer?
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Koshi. As a timer, I will note the time for the speeches, for paid speeches, 5 to 7 minute speeches. I will show the. Let me 1 second. I will show the green at like for 5 minutes and yellow at 6 minutes and red at 7 minutes. For evaluation 2 to 3 minutes evaluations, I will show the green at 2 minutes and yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds and red at 3 minutes. And for table topics, 1 to 2 minutes table topics, I will show the green at 1 minute and yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds and red at 2 minutes. I will give the report at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Koshi.
Okay, now that Manny is back, I mean, I can transfer my role as a general evaluator to her. Manini, we are actually asking the timer and the R counter on the description of their roles. So can you take over, Manini?
Yeah, sure, Koshi. I'm sorry, my laptop shut down and took some time. So, from what I understand, Vamsi is going to be the timer, and who is going to be the accountant and grammarian for today?
The R counter and grammarian is Jim.
Oh,
And
okay.
the word of the day is inspire.
Oh, that's interesting. Jim, why don't you introduce your role?
Sure. I have picked up a couple of roles here. They are both pretty much what they sound like. The grammarian will be listening for especially good or iffy uses of grammar, and I'll point out nice turns of phrase or interesting grammar that pops up during the meeting. Also, to inspire you to use the word of the day, I'll be listening for uses of the word of the day, and the word is inspire. Shouldn't be too difficult to find a way to sneak that into a sentence, but hopefully I can inspire you to use it and keep track of how many times it comes up and reward our users of that word with some sort of inspiring recognition. I'm also a counter. Since I'm counting words of the day, I'll also count filler words like so, like all words we've heard so far in the meeting, all words that sometimes they're useful, sometimes they can get excessive, so I'll let people know how many times I hear them use a filler word during our hour. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. And Koshi, have you introduced the role of general evaluator, and have you introduced the evaluators for today?
No, we have not.
Okay,
not.
so for the benefit of our guests, the responsibility of the general evaluator is to lead the evaluation section, which is the last section of the meeting where the evaluators give their evaluation and their feedback to the prepared speeches. And like we mentioned, the tag team, the timer, our counter, and grammarian share their reports as to how we did on time, how we did on our filler words and our use of the English language. And thereafter, the general evaluator gives an overall feedback of the meeting. That's how it goes towards the end of the meeting. With that, I'll hand it back to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manini. And we will go into the prepared speeches, and let's invite Koshi for evaluating the Aiswarya speech. Back to you, Toastmaster
Before
Koshi.
that, I think we need to do the AI news flash. Don't you think so?
Okay, yeah, but according to agenda, I was seeing that last AS news flash is the last one. I thought it. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You are going first one. That's
so Aiswarya is going to give level 1 project number 3 in presentation mastery. And the purpose of the project is to use vocal variety, which is pauses, power, and one more P. I forgot what it is. So use vocal variety of pitch. That's it. Okay. And or body language to enhance the speech. Her speech time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Vamshi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Koshi. Let's welcome our speaker, Aiswarya. Aiswarya, back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters. So today I'm super excited to welcome you all to one of my product, which I'm launching it, which is ZenFlowit. This is a productivity app. So off late, like we might be seeing a lot of people struggling to juggle around their task, and they oftentimes like get their loss in terms of like having a good structured approach for their assigned task. What if like they are not in a position to handle a particular task within a time limit, and they sometimes like get kind of dragged when they do not have a particular clarity in their task. That's when like we thought of building a product to help people come out of that particular circumference, and then like um, get and like avail the best out of our product, which is for productivity. So our product mainly gives you how a particular task can be broken down into subtask, and it would also lay a detailed plan. All that is all taken up due to by AI basically. And we have one-click focus mode with the Pomodoro sessions. So the Pomodoro sessions generally they might last for 25 minutes of a duration for you to focus on a particular task and then like take a short breaks in between. So we have inculcated all that into our product. We have also had AI assistant. We named it as Zen Coach. And one another thing is a vision board. This would help you to visualize your goals and achievements just by clicking on your pictures, upload it to that app, and then like see how you have progressed through. And the most important thing is we have also come up with the productivity analytics. So you might see how you have progressed in terms of your task, your subtask, and how you can like improvise your task, basically your approaches to those tasks. So, and we have also included rewards. So whenever you get a reward, that's when like you feel motivated, right? So we have also included the reward segment, which is one of the feature in our productivity app. So next comes the tech stack. The technical aspect behind this particular product is the front end, a simple front end built on a Streamlit app. Everything is on Python coding. The back end is on a secured PostgreSQL. And the infrastructure is completely built on AWS, EC2, and RDS. While the AI integration, the brain behind this is like Gemini API. That's the full information about our technical aspect of the product. So far, like we have collected 65 customer surveys. So everyone looks like they have been using multiple products, but although like they are failing to have something like unified. So sometimes the timing which is being like connected with the task is not being shown up. So probably that's when like ZenFlowIt is going to help them see how they can track between the time and the task and the subtask, and the more features that we have built up on ZenFlowIt. And the one other thing is about the wait list. So we have checked the wait list, which was like 54 people who have signed up so far. And everyone are circling around the AI assistant tool, the productivity tracking. So that made us so much curious, and we got inspired to build this product, which kind of satisfies those primary features which people are looking for. So I would be super excited to introduce my team. So myself, Aiswarya, and I have Siddharth, who has a master's in business analytics from Boston University. Pratyusha Patel, she has a master's in analytics from Georgia Tech. Shahab, he has a master's again in data science from University of Leeds, and Aditya, who is currently pursuing his MBA in supply chain and data analytics. So I just missed to tell about myself. So I'm doing my master's in data science from San Jose State University. So we all of us had one thing in common, which was the productivity tool which we wanted to build through data science. That was something common, and that the data science aspects and the Gen AI aspect that gave us some kind of commonality. And there was one another thing, the enemy, I would say, which became our commonality, which was the procrastination, and that was one particular thing which we wanted to build this product. We were inspired to build this product. So without any delay, I would like to give you a small, quick demo of our product. It's kind of loading right now. Give me a few minutes. Yes. Will for everyone? Yeah. So let me quickly sign up. So this is going to be your dashboard where you may see all the tasks that you have created and how much ever the tasks that you have completed it and the number of subtasks that you have worked on and the completed subtask. So this, we call it as a dashboard. And next comes the task. So here on the left side, you may see the number of list. So you may create one. So I was creating one for today's demo, which was TM. So in that, like we may try to give a task by saying like, prepare a speech, elevator speech for 5 minutes. And you may give a deadline to this task. And you may save this task. Once after you save it, you have a couple of sections, which is focus, the 25 minutes timer or like a 5-minute timer, whatever the timer that you can customize, you may do it here by clicking on focus. So the moment you click on focus, it will lead you to this particular tab. So here, there's a quick tab which says like, what is Pomodoro technique? And there is a timer option. So you may like increase the timing as per the technicality of your task. And the main thing is that including a short break and a long break is that to enhance your productivity. So if you beat yourself for 1 hour and you don't give enough break, probably it's not going to work out, right? So that's why like we thought of inculcating all these aspects to our product. And you may also see the dashboard, the advanced analytics of after you complete a particular task, and you may see them here listed here. So right now I haven't included any focus timers for any of my tasks. So I would be like in exploring this in the near future. So right now, let me get back to the task. So where I might give you a quick overview of how you can create the subtask using the API. So when you click on generate subtask, it would automatically generate you 12 subtasks here. And you may go back to the task again to see all those subtasks. These subtasks are like very much customized to particular tasks that you have already given there. And also, if you give on generate action plan, it would lay out you how you may go about fixing these subtasks. So this is about the task section. So when you come back to vision board, we are still working on this section, but however, you may still look for multiple categories like spiritual, personal, or relationship. So let me just click on spiritual for now and then say add. And you may add a picture, a cool picture to this as well. You may add an inspiring line here and then like click on a picture, add it to this. And you may save it for now. But the thing is that once the session exits, it might not be listing it for you. So we are still working on that. So then there comes the AI assistant. Here we have named it as Zen Coach Assistant. So you may ask anything related to productivity, and this Zen Coach is going to help you out here. The last but not the least, it's going to be the rewards. For all the tasks that you have worked on so far, you might definitely need a recognition. And that's when like the moment I got my first task badge, I was like super excited to grab this one. And that's what you may see it here. And we are still working on enhancing this reward system as well. So watch out for the future updates soon. So with that said, I would sincerely request everyone to take a look of our beta version. Definitely sign up and then do pass on your comments, valuable feedback. We are growing. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aiswarya. Even I have used Notion AI, but the features you explained, those are some of the features I was not seeing that in Notion AI, but it's a wonderful speech. There are a lot of insights from your speech. Yeah. Coming to our next speaker, Pooja Borade. Before that, I'm inviting to Koshi to go into this speech section. Yeah.
Can we take a moment to send feedback to the speakers, even written feedback, send
Sure.
to directly?
Sure.
Can
Sure,
we
Koshi.
please
Yeah.
allow 1 minute to do that? Okay.
Sure. Yeah, 1 minute's over. Yeah, 1 minute's over. Koshi, you are in mute.
Well, I don't need to do anything right now. I think it's your
Sorry to interrupt, but next role is mine as evaluator for speech 2. Speech 2 is titled The Role of AI in Education, Helping or Hurting. Speaker is Pooja Borade. She is attempting level 1 evaluation and feedback project. The role of this, or the purpose of this project, is to give a speech and receive feedback. It's an inspiring title. Looking forward to it. Pooja, over to you.
Good evening, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. Imagine you walk into a classroom. Instead of a teacher standing in front of you, there is a screen. Instead of you raising a hand in the class, you type into a chatbot. Instead of textbooks, you have a complete AI guide for your entire learning journey. Sounds futuristic? Actually, it's already happening. Today, let me ask you one very important question. Is AI helping or hurting in the term of education? Let's first start with the helping side. Because as AI is doing some amazing things in the world of learning. The first reason, AI is available everywhere. Education is accessible through AI. Students can learn from anywhere through smart learning platforms, virtual tutors, or even any language apps. There are many language apps like Duolingo, ChatGPT, Khan Academy, or more than that you have heard of, which helps you in learning from anywhere. AI also allows you personalized learning. Every student is different. Some students learn fast. Some learn slow. Some students prefer visual text other than the written text. AI can adapt every student's pace, style, and interest. It actually acts like as a tutor and which knows you inside and out. And then let's get to the boring stuff, grading. AI can also grade your test scores, generate reports quickly for you. But now let's flip the coin the other side. As I described, AI is so helpful in doing all these things. It also comes with some disadvantages, which can cause harm if not used wisely. One major concern is over-reliance. To be over-reliance. What does that mean? If the students use AI for writing essays, to solve math problems, or even to do the projects, are they really learning? I think there is a big difference in getting help and let the machines do the thinking for you. The second reason is accuracy. AI tools are not perfect. AI tools can give you wrong answers, biased content, or even oversimplified explanations for whatever you ask, which is very wrong. This will build overconfidence or maybe false confidence, and you will just trust blindly whatever you see. Now, let's not forget about the human connection here. The teachers do more than explaining about the topics. They get connected to the students. They inspire, motivate the students. Learning is not only about the facts. It's all about growth, curiosity, and right mentorship. I feel the last and the most one more reason is privacy. Whenever we search or browse anything, for example, as me as a student, when I browse anything, the AI follows my browsing habits, my learning patterns, and even my voice inputs are recorded. Is it really beneficial for me? No, because it's taking away my data. Just think for a moment, we are giving something away valuable in the exchange of our convenience. So, now you tell me, is AI really helping or hurting in education? My answer is both. It depends on how you use it. You can use AI as a supportive assistant for you, but not as a replacement in your life. Use AI, don't rely on AI too much and ignore the risk, which will be harmful for you. Treat AI as a supportive tool for the teacher to shine and the students to succeed. Don't make AI the teacher. Last but not the least, I would like to say, use AI wisely, but not as a shortcut in your life. Because of this, we are losing something very valuable in our life, which I guess nobody has ever thought of. That things are independent thinking, creativity, and real human connection. So the next time, whenever you use AI, just think AI as a supportive tool or a supportive assistant, which can be a stepping stone towards your smarter future and a real human-centered education field. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja, for your wonderful speech. Let me going to the next segmentation is evaluations. I'm inviting Koshi for this Aiswarya speech. Back to you, Toastmaster Koshi.
I believe the evaluations will be in the evaluation section that is after the table topics. So the next thing is that let's actually spend a minute to send feedback to Pooja, and then we can go for the AI news flash, and then we can go for the table topics, and then we can go for the evaluation. Isn't that the order? I mean, isn't that the order? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's actually
Okay. Thanks.
do that. Okay. So let's take a moment to send feedback to Pooja's wonderful speech. Okay.
Yeah, 1 minute is over. We'll go into these next segmentations, table topics. Table topics master.
Okay. Can I have my AI news flash?
Yeah, sure. I thought it to go in this way. Okay. Yeah, sure, Koshi.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everybody. I have two news items for this week's AI News Flash. First is ChatGPT's image generator is now available via API. The second news is that Tempus Science expanded strategic agreement with AstraZeneca and Pathos to develop the largest multi-model foundation model in oncology. Tempus is a biotechnology firm. So let me actually focus on this Tempus news. So Tempus is a biotechnology firm working on precision medicine. What is precision medicine? If I need to buy a pant, I go to a garment store and I look at pants and they are parameterized by my waist size and the length of the pants. And there is some choices which I can choose and I can use to fit, and I'll actually spend half an hour there and I'll get some pants which suits me. But in the world of buying drugs, I mean, drugs means medicines, the drug makers don't do that. They have only a one size fit all. It's just like saying that you have only one kind of pants there. So if I go to the store and if there's only one kind of pants, it may fit some people. For some people, they can adjust. For some people, it doesn't fit at all. That's exactly what's happening to medicine. You got one kind of tablet, let's say one kind of blockbuster tablet to treat one kind of disease. But your disease, let's say arthritis, is going to depend upon, it's a function of different parameters. Your arthritis is not exactly like somebody else's arthritis. Your arthritis depends upon your environment, your genetics, your gender, whether you're smoking or non-smoking, all of this happens. So you should be able to, we should expect drug companies to provide just like you could buy pants. You actually step in there and there is a different stratified sets of solutions there and you can choose what you want. And that's what is called precision medicine. So it's not possible these days because it takes billions of dollars and a lot amount of time to even market one drug. But with the advent of big data and generative AI, we can expect to cross that big gap and have drugs available suited to your personal needs. And so that is the deal with precision medicine, and Tempus AI is focusing on that. It's not only Tempus AI, almost all the big biotech firms are these days focusing on precision medicine. And what has got large multimodal foundation models has to do with it. When your foundation models are trained both on images and text, you can answer queries based on the image. Like, for example, the question here is that, can you point out the portion in the image which has got a lesion, okay? So to answer that kind of queries, you need multi-modal capability, okay? So that is the explanation there. I don't have the time to go to the next news, so I'm just going to end my news flash today. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Koshi. It's a wonderful news. Thanks for sharing. Let's go into this other segmentation, table topics. Table topic master Jim. I'm inviting to table topic master Jim. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vamji. I've got some table topics questions, and to try to explain this for the guests, this is an opportunity to do some impromptu off-the-cuff speaking. I've got a handful of questions, and the way we usually do this is we'll read off a question. We'll see if anybody wants to volunteer to answer. If nobody volunteers, we might pick somebody. You'll get this question on the spot, obviously, and our timer will give you a 1 to 2 minute time range to aim for. And if at all possible, try to talk within that time range. You can say anything that comes to mind. You can change the topic. You can tell us about your pets instead of answering the question if you'd prefer. Just try to fill 1 to 2 minutes if possible. We are a little short on time today. I think there's enough time to at least do a few questions. If we get to the point where we want to just get going with the evaluation section, Nitish, Koshi, Vamsi, just feel free to tell me to stop and we'll get going with the next sections. But to get started, I tried to come up with some questions that I thought fit where I was expecting the themes to go. I guessed right on one of the speeches and guessed wrong on the other. But I have some questions regarding AI as it affects productivity and education. The first question, I was thinking about productivity a little bit. People expect a lot out of AI these days, it seems. So the question is, what's the most ridiculous expectation you've seen somebody, or maybe somebody's boss, try to throw out there based on thinking that AI will take a really complicated problem and make it simple? What's the most ridiculous productivity expectation you've seen from AI? Any takers? Thinking who is, I don't want to just throw this at a guest for the very first question. Manini, would you like to try this question? Most ridiculous expectation you've seen somebody come up with for AI?
Sure, Jim. I had a feeling you were going to ask me. The most ridiculous, and it's genuinely going to sound ridiculous to everyone, but whenever I hear people talk about AI or robotics, it might not be AI only, but I do wonder if somebody, I can definitely use some help in maybe loading and unloading the dishwasher and my washer. I mean, these are two tasks that I absolutely hate doing on a day-to-day basis, specifically about my dishwasher and weekly or bi-weekly with my washer. So we have machines to do our laundry and to do our dishes, but when will that day come when we do not have to put our dishes and clothes into those machines and take those out? I know it sounds really silly, but I can really use that help, and I really do look forward with all these technological advancements happening around me. I do look forward to the day when that happens. I would be really happy. Back to you, Jim.
All right. Thank you, Manini. As you were talking, I was picturing Rosie the robot from the Jetsons, who takes care of a lot of those housekeeping tasks. If a chatbot maybe won't necessarily do those things, but a chatbot paired with some real action could become a real labor-saving device, both physical and mind work. Great answer. Let's see, the next question, we heard Pooja's answer to this one already, so we're not going to ask her again, but this question lined up pretty well with part of her speech. I was wondering, what are the kids going to learn from AI? And they might learn better ways of thinking. They might just learn how to get good at using these tools. Or maybe they'll even learn that the tool can do all the thinking for them and just use it as a crutch. Anybody want to say what they think kids will learn from their experience with AI? If one of the guests wants to give it a try too, feel free. I wanted you to see at least one answer before I went to the guests, but if you'd like one, feel free to jump in.
Sure, I can give it a try.
Great. Thanks, Asher.
So there's a lot of different people around the world and different types of kids. And I think that it's important to realize that some of the new ways to use AI oftentimes come from people who either are struggling or are little kids oftentimes, like we all have been. So I think there's actually going to be some pretty big revolutionary things that we'll probably learn from how kids use AI differently. And my suspicion is that there's already a lot of kids that may actually use AI, perhaps even in ingenious ways, better than their parents are using them, the AI tools, just because a lot of older adults are maybe familiar with ways that computers have worked in the past, but that's not necessarily equivalent to how things might work in the future. So I think that another interesting idea that I saw someone working on was a baby that's crying and kind of using a translation tool to better understand what the baby is saying at an extremely young age. So kind of like using new languages and other things. So I think one of the problems right now is that English is primarily the language of the internet. And I see that radically changing in the future. And basically kids, because they're learning how to talk, may in 10 years or even in 20 years have a radically new language that they communicate with AI entirely, and even develop a new language beyond English, perhaps a superior language than we use today. That's basically all I have to say. Thanks.
Thank you, Asher. Wonderful answer. What parent hasn't wondered what was going through their baby's mind? Especially those late nights, doesn't want a bottle, doesn't need a diaper change, doesn't want to cuddle, just wants to cry. Every parent, I think, can relate to that. The other application right in that same area, pets, what's going through your dog's mind? To this day, nobody still has an answer to that question. So thank you for that answer. Do we have time for more, or should we move into the evaluation section?
We will go into the evaluation section, Jim. Please.
Great.
Thanks for your topics.
Thanks for answering the questions, Asher and Manini.
Thank you, Jim. And coming to the evaluation section, I'm inviting Kaushik for Aiswarya speech. Back to you, Toastmaster Kaushik.
Koshi, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Sorry. Thank you, Vamshi, and thank you, Aiswarya, for giving a speech where you are talking about a product that you yourself have a hand in making. Okay, and this is a first for our club, and I hope this is going to be a good precedent, and lots of people are going to continue on this. Okay, let's actually hope for that. Okay, and it was a good speech with logical sections. First, you give a list of features that you can expect, and then you talked about why people need such a tool, and then you delved into the demo. Okay, good. We could actually follow all three of those. Okay, but here are a few general suggestions, if I may say. A change of order of these things may help. You could start with why would people need such a tool? Okay, so that actually brings the necessity of your tool and the importance of the tool straight away. And you could actually go to let's say a tool. Well, you could actually go to a different tool and tell what is wrong with that tool, so that it actually accentuates what is good with your tool. Okay. And secondly, I must say that the demo was a bit quick. I couldn't completely follow the demo, follow all the aspects of the demo. And let me tell you that the first rule of Toastmasters is that if you have 10 points to say, just say only 3 points. Okay. So cutting down the features and mainly talking about the main point in that product and tell us how AI was being used. That itself would have been a better way of doing the demo. Okay. So let's actually share the links in our WhatsApp group, and good that you showed your teammates as well. Okay. So thank you. And like I just said, let's hope this is a precedent, and let's actually hope that all of us are going to promote their own products in this group. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kaushik. Let me go into this next speaker for Pooja's speech. Evaluator is Nitish. Nitish, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Vamsi. And a very special thanks to our speaker, Pooja Borade, for giving such an inspiring and clever speech on the role of AI in education. Is it helping or hurting? Few aspects in your speech that absolutely stood out were starting with the question and picturization. As soon as you started, you transported all of us to a world where we could imagine a screen in front of us, a chatbot, an AI document, and which is contrary to the traditional setup of a classroom. So thanks for doing that. That made it more relatable about how you are envisioning or how the education has changed in modern times. Second aspect is the structure of your speech. Your title said it's about the positives and the negatives, and you clearly stated the pros by giving examples of the apps that are now trending, also how AI makes the learning more personalized, how it can be more efficient when it comes to grading or evaluations. Also, you talked about the downsides, like how AI can really hamper the learning curve of a kid, or how over-reliance may lead to not really learning and may become just a crutch in the future. So great job at stating both the pros and cons. And I also liked the conclusion that you put out by clearly stating your take, what you think about the current state of AI and how it is going to evolve in future. So it can be a supportive tool, but it should not completely take over. And that is a great conclusion. Now, coming on to what you can challenge yourself with, slightly work on. Number one would be audience engagement. Yes, you started with the question, took us to a world where the classroom was so different. And then you asked us a question, if we had a similar experience. You did not give audience a chance to respond, and continued with your speech. So your speech felt like it was a report rather than there was audience engagement. So maybe you can wait for audience and engage the audience more next time. Another aspect of your speaking was lack of voice modulation. Again, it felt like a report to me. There were instances in your speech where you could have connected with your audience by wearing your voice. So for example, when you were talking about how the classroom has changed, maybe talk about an anecdote or like a personal experience, and definitely you will see that your voice changes when you are relating stories. So next time, if you have to try voice modulation, try to relate a story when giving an example. So those are few things you can challenge yourself with to improve this speech and take it to the next level. In summary, great picturization, great structure, great conclusion. Things to work on are audience engagement and voice modulation. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitish, for your detailed evaluations for Pooja's speech. We'll go into this next segmentation, like reports. We'll go into the reports. Timer report. I will go into my report. I shared that my timer report in the chat. Due to time limit, I won't go into the details. Let me go into this counter and grammar report. I'm inviting Malini to share her reports.
Time. Feel free to refer to those. The only thing I noticed is Aiswarya went overtime. With that, the next report is going to be our counter and grammarian. For that, I want to welcome Jim to share his report. Please help me welcome Jim.
Sure. I will start with grammar, I think, today. I didn't really spot much in the way of poor grammar. I caught a few words and phrases that I really liked. Koshi, I don't think this was intended, but when you were talking about going to the store and buying some pants that suit you, I thought, well, suit's actually a really good word to use there. It could mean meets your needs, or it could be a suit that those pants are part of. So I thought that was an especially good word. Let's see, Manini, I heard thereafter from you. I think in your I think it was your introduction, but I thought that's a word you don't hear very often. Probably shows up in the legal world a whole lot more frequently than anywhere else, but it was a good word. You used it correctly, and it's a new word to use. Aiswarya, this one I pulled this one off of your software. You had the awards section and badges, and you had something called a Taskmaster Award. I wasn't 100% sure what that was, but it's probably related to completing a bunch of tasks. I thought that's another funny word with a couple of different meanings. Sometimes taskmaster is used to mean the person who gives you a bunch of tasks and is overly project manager-like in making sure you've gotten those tasks done. So sometimes that's what a taskmaster means. So you've probably got an award that has a double meaning. Let's see, Pooja, you talked about some students learning fast and slow. I mean, quickly and slowly might technically be the more appropriate words to use, but we all knew what you meant. Another fun word from Koshi, precedent. Again, a word we probably see pretty often in the legal realm, but you used it right in a different context. So that's what I had for the grammarian side of things. On the accounter side, we had. I'm writing down a couple I heard from myself as I was talking just now. I'm trying to process it all. I picked up a few. Vamji, I caught six six uhs and a like and a yeah. Koshi, I think things are improving a little. You still had a good number of ums and uhs, 5 ums, more than 10 uhs, a few ands and so's, a double 4. Okay showed up several times, a double A once. But those counts are lower than I think maybe they were a few months ago for that amount of speaking. So nice job. Manini, I caught 4 ums, 2 so's, a you know, a couple of restarted words. I think evaluation, and technological. I think I caught those. For myself, I caught a handful. I caught at least 1 so, a double with, a double and you may have caught more. That's what I caught for myself. Aiswarya, you had a decent number of so's, uhs, and ums, more than 10 of each. I counted 6 likes, 3 ands, a couple of double words updated, that's, and the. Nitish, I suppose the word of the day we should probably talk about. I'll talk about that at the very end here, but have just a couple more counter reports. Pooja, 2 so's, 1 1 repeated as, and 1 repeated don't. That, for the amount of speaking you did today, was phenomenal. I didn't hear anything until probably the last minute or two of your speech, so very nice job. Asher's gone, but he did very well for an early table topics response. He had some uhs and ums and a few so's and an actually, but nice job overall. Word of the day, I tried to cue it up a couple of times to inspire a few more words uses of the word of the day. We got at least a couple. I caught 1 from Nitish and 1 from Pooja. Not sure if I heard it from anybody else, but I caught those too. So that's what I had today. Nice job using your words correctly today, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jim, for inspiring me for these 2 reports. Thank you, Jim. Let me back to this Quizmaster. I'm inviting Quizmaster Nitish. Taking back to you, Toastmaster Nitish.
Sure. Thank you, Vamsi. Here's the quiz from today's speeches. Feel free to respond or raise your hand. If I see like multiple hands, I'll ask the first person who raised the hand to give the answer. So what was the name of the app that Aiswarya demonstrated today, Vamsi?
Genflow app.
I think it is incomplete. Yes, Pooja?
Zenfluid.
Yes, that's the full name. Zenfloid.
Okay.
She demonstrated multiple features in her app. Can you mention a few of them? She actually listed 5 features of her app.
Creating tasks and subtasks and creating the reports automatically. The flow of that. Yeah, these are some of features I remembered.
Okay.
Focus and rewards.
Yes. Focus mode, reward, productivity, vision board, AI assistant, smart task planner. In the tech stack that she showed, what was the AI model used?
Gemini.
Gemini?
Yes.
Sorry, yeah.
All right. It's coming to the newsflash section. What was the name of the company that Koshi mentioned in his presentation?
Zentra.
Okay, that's one of the partner companies, but like the main company that is building the model. Okay, it was Tempest AI. And can anybody tell me what was the type of model they are building and in which space?
In photo modeling, right? photo modeling on oncology medication.
Yes, oncology is correct, and he mentioned multi-mode model or multimodal, which would be like images, text, everything. So yeah, that was the question from the news flash. In Pooja's speech, what aspects of AI did she mention as a downside or cons of using AI in education? Can you mention few? Okay, I'm going to list them. Over reliance. There may be concern with the accuracy. Also, she mentioned it lacks human aspect. So those are some of the downsides of directly using AI. All right, those are the questions from today's speeches. Thank you everyone for listening carefully and giving your answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitish. Back to you, Koshi, Toastmaster Koshi. Thank you.
Well, I don't have much to add. I mean, I'm going to pass the control back to Nitish. But before that, let me just tell you that we are looking for speakers for next week. That's all.
If speaker slot is available, I will give the speech, Koshi. If it is available, then that's fine. Otherwise, okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. Yeah, you can sign me up as well.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Yeah, let's hear from our guests. I know we are 7 minutes over, but I would really like to hear from Karthik. How's his experience been today? And yeah, if he has any feedback for us. Karthik?
Yes. Hi all. Let me turn on my video. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, great to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Actually, word of the day inspired. You guys all inspired me a lot. Thank you for that. And this is my first Toastmaster event I'm attending. So I feel overwhelmed by the way it's going on, and I would like to continue coming to your sessions all the time. So I'm just switching over my head, like my monitor is the other way. So this with this session, I'm glad like I happened to attend this one, and I will continue with this one. I do have only like positive things to be said. The way it has been run and everything, and I really appreciate your effort, like giving a chance for us people like us to get into it. That's all I have. I will try to continue with this one in every week as much as possible.
Thank you, Karthik. Thanks for your comments, and you're most welcome to attend the meetings. Join us as guest, and if you want to give speeches, consider joining us as member. But then, yeah, let us know whenever you decide to become a member. Until then, you can be a guest. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, that brings us to the end of the meeting. I hope, I didn't hear anything from our general evaluator. I think she dropped off. Okay.
Oh, and Nitish, I just want to say something else also.
Yes.
Just want to add, like, regarding the in speeches today, I mean the two speech, right?
Yes.
Like they have been a members for a while, or how it happens? Like even I can join as a member and give a speech.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Once you become a member, you get access to Toastmaster Pathways, educational material. They have other projects which you can go through, learn from them, and prepare a speech and give it in the club. So that's the program we follow. And yeah, of course, I will let our members Aiswarya and Pooja to comment on their experience, because your question was tied to like how long they have been Toastmaster. So,
and I just want to add on their speech. They were great on their clarity and their way. I mean, I don't know how long they have been here, but I hope like that's definitely helped. And that made me to think to continue with this Toastmaster Club. So I could be also better in my speech and clarity of thoughts. Thank you.
Excellent choice.
Absolutely. Thank you. Aiswarya, Pooja, do you have any comments?
For sure, Karthik. So this is actually my second speech, I would say. And whenever it's happening to be a prepared speech, I always become nervous. And I kind of feel I've much improved compared to the previous, but yet a lot of hard work needs to be put in. Looking for more speeches from myself. I need to prepare much. And this forum is helping me so much. I end up talking to Koshi, Vamsi, and Nitish. And Jim used to give us a lot of feedback, and everything used to be like very constructive. So please think of joining us for sure.
Great. Thank you, Aishwarya. Pooja?
This is actually just my first month. I guess on 15th May, I'll just complete my first month. I'm already 4 speeches. Like I'm done with the 4 speeches. So I am actually improving the public speaking skills. Like whenever we talk, we actually don't record our own things or whatever we do the mistakes. So I guess this is the best platform if we want to improve more and see like what mistakes we are doing. So it's a good opportunity. So it is helping me a lot actually, like professionally and personally both. So Karthik, I think if actually motivated you today to join, then you should definitely join it. That's it.
Thank you.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you, Pooja. And yeah, Karthik, feel free to connect with us. Please drop your email in the chat. We'll get in touch with you. And yeah, you're welcome to join us next week and following weeks.
Thank you.
Sure. Let's continue. I think that's the end of our meeting. We have the speakers for the next week, and we don't have the roles yet. So anybody wants to take the role? Let's ask for volunteers right now. If we can get some signups, otherwise Koshi will follow up. Anybody wants to be a Toastmaster? Aishwarya, will you be the Toastmaster next time?
So can I go the next week? Next week is going to be my final submission. So
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
Pooja.
Yes, I can be the Toastmaster. I haven't been one, so I can try.
Pardon?
I do it, but I did it just last week. I want to make sure that the fun gets spread around.
Yes, I think Pooja volunteered, so
Yeah, good.
let's have her as a Toastmaster.
Yeah.
We can share the agenda with you. And Jim, were you saying something?
I can take on just about any role. I could have taken Toastmaster, but I'm glad to hear somebody who hasn't done it recently will be doing it.
Mhm.
So yeah, just give me whatever role you end up needing. If we have 2 speakers and we need a speech evaluator, for example, that might work. Whatever you end up needing.
Sure. All right. And I think Koshi, yeah, I'll be the speaker. Feel free to assign me any other role as well.
Well,
And
if Nitish is going to be the speaker, would we have time for Vamshi's speech? Vamshi, how long is going to be your speech?
For me, it's 12 to 14 minutes. Speech.
I can do a short speech. It's okay.
Okay, maybe it's a good time if you can dedicate an entire week to Vamshi's speech, and in that way, it is better if he do it at a later, probably the week after something.
Okay, we'll sync up.
Would
I
that
and
work?
Vamsi
Okay,
will sync
okay.
up offline,
Okay.
and we'll let you know. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you everyone for dialing in, and we'll see you next week.
Thank
Have a
you.
great week. Bye.
You too.